welcome back to another episode of Varsity Views Inside the Huddle Edition, brought to you by Keon Sports. I'm Jax.
I'm Darian.
And we got a full slate of 5 great games that happened this past week in high school football here in Northeast Ohio. I'm excited to get into them. Let's jump into number 5, Midview North versus North Ridgeville. Take it away, Darian.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to be honest. This game was tough. I got to witness this game with my own eyes, y'all. This game was absolutely great, and I'm going to break it down for you guys. So the game starts off with the Ethan Elbert 6-yard touchdown. He put his team up early, making it 7-0. North Ridgeville would respond with a field goal, just shorten up the lead a little bit, so Midview would be only up 7-3. But upon that field goal, on their kickoff, Dior Jones would return that kickoff for 85 yards. When I tell you he caught that ball and he turned on the Jets, he found the open gap and just shot through the middle like a bullet. Gave his team a quick reverse 14-3. And I'm like, man, that boy was out of there, you feel me? North Ridgeville would score a touchdown from Joey Wilson. The score would be 14-10. But that didn't stop nothing because Ethan Elbert would throw a 54-yard touchdown to Dane West, going up 20-10. And honestly, y'all, it was going crazy because right after this, North Ridgeville would hit another field goal because that's the only way they scoring right now. I'm not going to lie. They getting field goals for days right now. The score would be 23-13. And then North Ridgeville would score a touchdown from Zach Barnhart, who scored the touchdown, and they went for 2. And they also converted the 2-point conversion. So the score was 23-21 while Midview was still up. I'm like, oh, my goodness, this game getting tight now. They had a nice little lead, some separation throughout the whole game, but it's getting close. Midview will respond from a 60-yard touchdown from Zachary Wallace. That I'm telling you. And they came from Ethan Elbert. This man got the cannon tonight. The score would be 29-21 as Midview would still be able to maintain the lead. And then they would score again from Michael Pacello, who scored a 6-yard touchdown. And that gave their team a beautiful 35-21. And this was in the final quarter of play, a very comfortable lead with 5 minutes to go. North Ridgeville would return a kickoff themselves for 85 yards. And I was like, oh, well, they got the touchdown. It's 35-28 now.
We got a game.
Bro, listen, I was thinking after this touchdown, I'm like, oh, Midview got the cushion. I swear, bro, as soon as I said Midview got the cushion, this dude done returned it for 85 yards. I said, oh, I done spoke too soon. This game done got crazy. Unfortunately, though, that would be it because North Ridgeville was not able to score. They had another chance. I will tell you this. They did have another chance to score a touchdown to tie the game, but, they just couldn't convert. Midview would be victorious today as they won the game 35-28. The player of the game would be Ethan Elbert, who went 10 for 12 on 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 55 rushing yards. He honestly was responsible for, a lot of this, right? When I tell you, he's
he showed out.
He's a quarterback, but, he's like the point guard. You feel me? Whatever you feel comfortable with using, his fingerprints was all over the game. Mm-hmm. He only missed 2 passes. Come on now. The full 4 quarters, he only missed 2 passes. If you guys want to read up on it, go to keonsports.com. Make sure y'all look up the author, me, Darian Jackson, because I ain't going to lie. I made this baby live. I ain't going to lie. I made this game live.
So, yeah, as you see, great game number 5 starting off this week. And coming in at number 4, we have Can McKinley versus Lake. Now, in the first quarter, Can McKinley would get a 16-yard touchdown pass from Keaton Road to Alex Vasquez to go up 7-0. Heading into the second quarter, Can McKinley's Nino Hill would score a 12-yard rushing touchdown to make it 14-0. Lake would respond, though, after Noah Kubaski would throw a 55-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Anderson, making the score 14-7. Hey, this second quarter, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of points scored here.
See, it's another team just like last week of teams going up 14-0. But kids out here throwing 55-yard touchdowns, so they clearly got some cannons.
Making it 14-7, like I said. And then Cam McKinley would end up throwing an interception, which would lead to a safety that Cam McKinley would force on Lake. So we got 16-7 now, Cam McKinley ahead. So the interception still leads to points for Cam McKinley in an unexpected way and getting that 2-point safety. And last week we had 2 games with safeties, which is pretty rare. So
you don't get too many of those.
And still staying in the second quarter, Canton McKinley would score once again, this time a 2-yard touchdown run by Stephon Thomas, making it 23-7 going into halftime. So Canton McKinley's basically owning this game, whether it's offense, defense. They got it right now.
Oh, yeah, it's not looking good for Lake coming out of the half.
But in the third quarter, Lake's Nathan Baker would score a 9-yard rushing touchdown, and then he would catch a screen pass on the 2-point conversion, and he would throw the screen pass and connect in the end zone to make it 23-15. So a little trick play for the 2-point conversion, and it's successful. That's what you need right now for Lake to get that momentum.
Oh, yeah, them 2-point conversions is crucial in the second half.
So after that, nothing much else happened in the third quarter. Going on to the fourth quarter, Cam McKinley running back Stephon Thomas would again score a 9-yard rushing touchdown to take the lead 29-15. And then in the fourth quarter again, this time Cam McKinley would fumble the ball. Lake recovers it, and they would throw a 4-yard touchdown pass from Cale Jarvis to Nathan Baker, making it 29-22.
Ooh, sound like we got a game.
Hey, we do. And Lake would go for the onside kick, but it would end up failing as Cam McKinley would recover. The final score, Cam McKinley 29-22 over Lake. The player of the game was Cam McKinley quarterback Keaton Rode, who was 13 for 15, had 242 yards and a touchdown. If you'd like to learn more about this game, go to KeonSports.com and look for the author Devin Lowe, who wrote a great article.
Coming in at game number 3, we have Lake Catholic versus Padua. In the first quarter, Roderick Love would have a 1-yard touchdown. Puts his team on the board first as their score is now 7-0. And that's how the first quarter will end because they played solid defense the whole time. Didn't let nobody score. We love to see it. We love great defensive football.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and Roderick Love last week, we saw what he did on the ground. He had 2 86-yard rushing touchdowns in that game last week.
Man, he sure did. That junk was crazy. Coming in the second quarter, quarterback Nick Barker for Padua had a 34-yard touchdown pass to Riley Cervenka. The field goal was blocked afterwards, so the score would just be 13-0 as Padua is still up. And that's how it would be going into half. Being down 13-0, you got to expect Lake Catholic to try to come out with a little bit more urgency as they are down 2 scores.
Oh, 100%. That's what you want from this team. That's what the coach is saying in the locker room. Light a fire under them.
Well, guess what? I'm going to be honest. It probably got lit because Lake Catholic would score their first touchdown in the third quarter on a 9-yard touchdown run from Josh Stiles. They cut the lead in half. So Lake Catholic is only down by a touchdown. It's 13-7. Padua is still up. But it still gets a little bit better because Padua would fumble on the kickoff. Lake Catholic quarterback Frankie Trinetti would throw a 39-yard touchdown to cross Nemo. Now, Lake Catholic up, baby.
Yeah, making their extra points.
Yeah, they sure did. 14-13. They got the lead now. Like, this doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what Coach said, but Padua out here struggling now.
He lit the fire under him.
Well, guess what? They probably got sick and tired of getting burnt because I'm not done yet. That would be the end of the third quarter, but Lake Catholic would score again on a 15-yard touchdown from Nemo again. 21-13 is the score now. I don't know what happened to Padua, but it's like they got comfortable and they went to sleep.
It's like the Falcons in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, losing to the Patriots. They were up 28-3 at halftime. Boom, out of nowhere.
Well, see, that's the Super Bowl. I know they were sick. But, however, though, Padua still has a chance to tie this game as they were able to work their way all the way down to the other end of the field. They got to the goal line, and this is it with just barely a minute to go in the game. However, they would throw an interception, and that would spoil their last chance of going for the tie to force overtime as Lake Catholic would win 21-13. Player of the game was tight end Cross Nemo, as he has 6 catches on 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. If you guys would like to read up more about it, go ahead and go look up Mitchell Bub on KeonSports.com. That is the name. Make sure you guys go show some love, leave a comment. Let them know how good of a job they did on the article.
Yeah, great game there. Great comeback win for Lake Catholic. Let's get into game number 2, North Olmsted versus Elyria Catholic. This is a great one, guys. Be ready. First quarter. North Olmsted first play of the game, a 69-yard touchdown pass from Michael Kurtz to Colin Willard. North Olmsted wasn't done, though, as Tommy Horsfall would get a 19-yard touchdown pass to Michael Pasafume. And once again, North Olmsted was not finished in this first quarter. North Olmsted's Pasafume would score a touchdown run, and that would make the score 19-0 in the first quarter. Coming out firing, North Olmsted wasn't playing around.
Talk about a jab in the face. That's crazy.
Yeah, heading into the second quarter, though, Elyria Catholic would finally get on the board after a 65-yard punt return touchdown from Mason Halliburton, making it 19-7.
So everybody just returns kickoffs now, huh?
Yeah, seems
Everybody
like
been getting
Seems like it this week. That'll be all that happens though in that first half. So North Olmsted offense kind of getting cold there in the second quarter. Either Leary Catholic responding on defense, finally getting some points on the board, feeling good going into halftime.
I know that's right.
Coming out of halftime, Leary Catholic would get a field goal from Sean O'Donnell, making it 19-10.
Hey, got to chip away.
And again, only points of the quarter. It was just a field goal. So Elyria Catholic holding North Olmsted scoreless once again. In the fourth quarter, Elyria Catholic would get a touchdown early in the quarter, making it 19-17. So they've chipped all the way back into this game. It's getting real close.
It's looking real possible.
North Olmsted's Brady Hogg would get an interception, which would shorten the chances of Elyria Catholic completing the comeback. But Elyria Catholic would get the ball back, and on their final drive, they wouldn't be able to convert a 4th and 1, and that would end up being the final score, 19-17. North Olmsted comes out on top after that crazy first quarter where they scored 19 unanswered, and Elyria Catholic battled as hard as they could, but they couldn't get back into the game to take the lead or tie it. Player of the game was North Olmsted running back Michael Pasafume, who had 2 touchdowns. If you'd like to learn more about this game, go to keonsports.com and look for the author Vince McKee, the boss man. Wrote a great article, saw a great game. Check it out.
Coming in at game number 1, we got Holy Name versus Normandy. Let me tell you, this is game number 1. Game number 1.
Hey, we've had Holy Name in a couple of weeks straight now. They've been in some great games.
No, literally, this has been great. So let's get the first quarter kicked off for y'all, man. To start the game, there were back-to-back turnovers for both teams off rip. But Normandy, Andre Jenkins will score a 9-yard rushing touchdown as he puts his team up 7-0 to start, and that's how the first quarter would end. Normandy would, again, score another 19-yard rushing touchdown from quarterback Elijah Gray, up 14-0. This is another team up 14-0. We had it last week. We've had some games today. Like 14-0 seems to be the go. Let's make that a bar. That's how the first half would literally end. Just 2 touchdowns from Normandy. Now, if I'm Holy Name, you got to come out swinging a little bit more. Like down 14-0. They've shown that they've been able to make comebacks.
Oh yeah,
though.
they got the quarterback to do it. Absolutely.
Holy Name did just that. As quarterback, Andrew Cole led a drive that ended in a touchdown. Cuts the lead in half, 14-7. Normandy is still up, but Holy Name isn't finished, as Cole would have a 68-yard touchdown pass to Colin Dascos, as now the game is tied 14-14. Holy Name done turned this whole game around in 1 quarter.
Hey, like I just said, they got the quarterback to do it. He's a stud, and we know Holy Name is always going to be in these close games.
Absolutely, man. Holy Name got this game tied up, and that would be the end of the third. Now, coming into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0, baby. Somebody's got to outscore somebody in this quarter to win the game. So let's get straight to it. Holy Name had a field goal attempt, right? Blocked. Apparently, Normandy wasn't going for that. I think they were very upset about what just transpired in the third quarter.
You got that right.
But Normandy would have a bad punt that led to a Holy Name quarterback. Andrew Cole got that 1-yard TD, put his team up, baby, with 1 minute to go. 21-14. Listen, that's called prime time, baby. That's clutch, right? That's clutch. But Normandy's is on 4th down, and Elijah Gray, the quarterback, gets a 31-yard touchdown pass to Austin Konicki, man. It's 21-20. It comes down.
They got to go. Hey, do we want to tie this game or do we want to go for the win?
You want to go for the win and you want to tie, but if you know what Holy Name just did to y'all, man, y'all want to – nah, bro, we're going for the dub, right? That's what I'm thinking.
That's what they were thinking too, but
oh, no, they thought it okay because you know why? They went for the 2-point conversion and failed. It failed. It's 21-20, but there's still a chance here. There is a very slight chance as Normandy will recover an onside kick, right? They would go for the deep pass, and it didn't go. It didn't go is how they planned because the deep pass was caught and they were tackled inbounds and time expired.
Time ran out. They didn't have any timeouts left. That's what happens. You got to throw it to the sidelines, get out of bounds. Yeah. Stop that clock.
Holy Name ends up winning this game on a beautiful comeback because they won by 21-20 as they started off the half down 14-0. they were able to band together and get a W.
Normandy got pretty dang close to coming back after they were up.
They got close to the win. They could have got a dub, but nope. Player of the game would be Holy Name's quarterback, Andrew Cole, who went for 125 yards and a touchdown and then 97 rushing yards with a touchdown again. My man was out there doing what he needed to do in order to bring this game back. They were losing. We said they had that quarterback to do it. They did it. He done it. Stud. If you guys would like to, go to Keon Sports and read more about it, make sure you guys look up the author Damian Brown. He had a really good game. That's why it was number 1 this week.
Really good game. Hey, I mean, what an exciting finish we had there in that Holy Name versus Normandy game. But that wraps up the top 5 games of the week. And with that, let's get to our player of the week. St. Ed's quarterback Casey Bullock, who had 257 yards passing and 3 touchdowns after he was listed questionable to play in the game. So going out there, playing slightly injured and balling out.
Hey, that just flu game. Not flu game Jordan, but we're going to hurt Jordan. You feel me? He did what he had to do, and without him, they probably don't win this game. Come on, man. He almost went for almost 300 yards.
Yeah, so great game out of him.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Varsity Views Inside the Huddle Edition. I've been your host, Darian.
And I'm Jack.
And we're going to catch y'all next week, man.